up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Kayla and this is the Soul Trip. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for rocking with me. Anyways, as the title shows, today I am sharing 4 books that have been powerful. I mean, really have helped me, have shifted my reality, my consciousness. So if you all haven't seen, I shared a video a while back. I'll link it below and I'll link it up here. But in that video, I talked about my spiritual journey and my journey of coming out of Christianity. So if you're interested in that video, definitely check it out. But anyways, a lot of the feedback from that video was definitely more positive than I expected, and I'm really grateful for that. I did have some others, but that's neither here or there. So one of the comments made under that video was a young lady going through a similar experience, and she wanted to know what books have helped me, or any spiritual advice that I could give. I am not a spiritual advisor, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a life coach, I'm not any of those things, but I do feel we are all on a journey of life. So what helps me along my journey could be helpful for you along your journey. So the first book, I actually don't have a physical copy because it is in storage, but it is Conversations with God. I'll put that here on the screen. It's Conversations with God by Donald Walsh, I believe that's his name. But that was the absolute very first book that I read on my spiritual journey. So I went from reading the Bible pretty much every day to reading that book, and it was like a complete consciousness shift, and it resonated with me deeply. So a lot of questions that I was having, I received answers within that book. It taught me a lesson in that because we are extensions of God, because we are extensions of being, that's just my belief, we can receive answers from different sources. It doesn't just have to be one source. So I went my whole entire life believing that only the Bible could give me the answers that I needed, and I could only get those answers from this God that I had created based on the Bible. That book gave me answers that I had been searching for years. And it really opened me up to that God will give you answers throughout your life. God will give you signs. It just opened me up to a lot. So I really highly recommend that book, especially if you are on a spiritual journey. It doesn't matter your religion. I do feel that if you are a Christian or any other religion, all of these books could still be very great for you as well. So with that, I'm talking about signs and just paying attention to the signs that God gives you. I have to share The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Y'all, this is my absolute favorite book. I have read this book numerous of times. It only takes just a couple of hours to read. If that, you could literally read this book in a day. It is so good. I'm overdue for another read, so I'm pretty sure within this next month I'll probably crack it open and read it again. But this book, every time I pick it up and reread it, I am always learning something new. It never gets old. It's just one of those books. I'm even getting chills talking about it right now, but it's just one of those books that you just need it in your life. So this book is all about the journey of life. It's all about paying attention to the signs that the universe is giving you. You know what? Let me just read the back of this, and this is what it is about. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. And we are all, again, on this journey of life. So you have to become the realizer of your destiny, just as I have to become the realizer of my destiny. And clues are all around us. God is all around us. We are receiving signs. Even this is a sign. So this book is just all about that. And I think this is the sign for you to go get this book. If you haven't read The Alchemist, you're asleep. I have to tell you, you're asleep, sis, you're asleep, bro. Wake up, read this book because it is truly powerful. It's a fiction story, but again, it's the lessons and it's the knowledge and wisdom that you get out of this fiction story. This is a worldwide best-selling book. Definitely check it out. Moving on from that book, I have here The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. So you all have probably heard of his book, The 4 Agreements, which is a very great book. I do advise to read that book as well. However, this book, The Mastery of Love, is my top favorite book by Don Miguel. And this book is really powerful and is transformational in that it helps you to understand love. And not just relationship love, but all love, the language of love, the language of self-love. And just, you know, in loving yourself, how you're able to love others, how you're able to love this world, and how you're able to appreciate what we call love, and how love is all that is. So this book is really powerful, and again, it was really helpful for me on my spiritual journey, because if you watched that video that I talked about earlier, I had a very fear-driven relationship with God, a very fear-driven relationship with this world, and just with myself. Like, everything when I was in Christianity was based upon fear. You know, like, love was talked about, love was preached, but it wasn't felt. I didn't truly grasp the understanding of love and just the love that God has for me, and the love that the universe has for me, the love of all of this. I didn't fully grasp that until stepping out of Christianity, and this book again was very helpful for that. And what I like about his books is that he includes different prayers in the back of the book. This is one of my all-time favorite prayers. If I'm having a moment, if I'm having a bad day, this prayer is so powerful, and it really connects me with source. It connects me with my higher self. It connects me with love. And I want to read this prayer to you all right now, so y'all can bow your heads if you want to. So let's go. Prayer for self-love. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you help us to accept ourselves just the way we are, without judgment. Help us to accept our mind the way it is, with all of our emotions, our hopes and dreams, our personality, our unique way of being. Help us to accept our body just the way it is, with all of its beauty and perfection. Let the love we have for ourselves be so strong that we never again reject ourselves or sabotage our happiness, freedom, and love. From now on, let every action, every reaction, every thought, every emotion be based on love. Help us, Creator, to increase our self-love until the entire dream of our life is transformed from fear and drama to love and joy. Let the power of self-love be strong enough to break all the lies we were programmed to believe. All the lies that tell us we are not good enough or strong enough or intelligent enough, that we cannot make it. Let the power of our self-love be so strong that we no longer need to live our life according to other people's opinions. Let us trust ourselves completely to make the choices we must make. With our self-love, we are no longer afraid to face any responsibility in our life or face any problems and resolve them as they arise. Whatever we want to accomplish, let it be done with the power of self-love. Starting today, help us to love ourselves so much that we never set up any circumstances that go against us. We can live our life being ourselves and not pretending to be someone else just to be accepted by other people. Woo! We no longer need other people to accept us or to tell us how good we are, because we know what we are. With the power of our self-love, let us enjoy what we see every time we look in the mirror. Let there be a big smile on our face that enhances our inner beauty. Help us to feel such intense self-love that we always enjoy our own presence. Let us love ourselves without judgment, because when we judge, we carry blame and guilt. We have the need for punishment, and we lose the perspective of your love. Strengthen our will to forgive ourselves in this moment. Clean our minds of emotional poison and self-judgments so we can live in complete peace and love. Let our self-love be the power that changes the dream of our life. With this new power in our hearts, the power of self-love, let us transform every relationship we have, beginning with the relationship we have with ourselves. Help us to be free of any conflict with others. Let us be happy to share our time with our loved ones and to forgive them for any injustice we feel in our mind. Help us to love ourselves so much that we forgive anyone who has ever hurt us in our life. Give us the courage to love our family and friends unconditionally and to change our relationships in the most positive and loving way. Help us to create new channels of communication in our relationships so that there is no war of control, there is no winner or loser. Together, let us work as a team for love, for joy, for harmony. Let our relationships with our family and friends be based on respect and joy, so we no longer have the need to tell them how to think or how to be. Let our romantic relationship be the most wonderful relationship. Let us feel joy every time we share ourselves with our partner. Help us to accept others just the way they are without judgment, because when we reject them, we reject ourselves. When we reject ourselves, we reject you. Today is a new beginning. Help us to start our life over, beginning today with the power of self-love. Help us to enjoy life, to enjoy relationships, to explore life, to take risks, to be alive, and to no longer live in fear of love. Let us open our heart to the love that is our birthright. Help us to become masters of gratitude, generosity, and love so that we can enjoy all of your creations forever and ever. Amen. Ashe. Y'all, I don't know about you all, but if that's not a sign that you should get this book, religious or not, spiritual journey or not, that prayer, that's a powerful prayer. Every time I read it, I just feel so filled with self-love and just such gratitude for life, for my life, for the life of my loved ones. I need to start reading that prayer every morning because that's, whew. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, whew, that's a powerful book. So lastly, the last book I want to share, I also don't have a copy because it's in storage, is The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. I love all of his books. Another book of his that is a favorite is The Surrender Experiment. But for the sake of this video, The Untethered Soul. Y'all, that book is a game changer. It's long overdue for a reread. I do have to go back and reread it. I've only read that book once, but just from that one time, it was just filled with just so many jewels. I mean, it really taught me how to not associate with my mind or not to associate with my thoughts. And that was the book that really helped me to learn how to transform my thoughts. So with that, I mean, if I'm having negative thoughts, to not associate those negative thoughts as me, but to, in that moment, watch those thoughts. Like, pay attention to those thoughts, pay attention to when I'm having thoughts that are unwanted, how is it making me feel, and to reverse it. So if I'm having a chain of negative thoughts, instead of going through a negative thought pattern or a cycle of negative thoughts, to reverse it and to start heading in a direction of positivity within my own mind. And emotions, to pay attention to the emotions that I'm feeling, because that's an indicator of the thoughts. And I hope all of this is making sense, because I know it can be really metaphysical or, you know, kind of deep. So I hope it's making sense. I hope it's not going over your head. But that book is a really good book in teaching you how to get out of your head, get out of your own mind, and to open up to the essence of you, your soul. I highly recommend that book. And again, I highly recommend every book that I have mentioned: Conversations with God, The Alchemist, The Mastery of Love, and The Untethered Soul. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found some value in this video. If you want more videos about this, about spirituality, about my spiritual journey, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That really helps the algorithm. Thank you all for rocking with me. Stay tuned for the next. Peace and love.